I almost blew you a kiss just now. Sorry about that. If you guys are offended by the fact that I almost blew you a kiss, at the end of the show, there'll be a number at the bottom of the screen that you can call HR department. Or you can just send everything to agentdubskyhatemail@gmail.com. I have my own hate mail account, and I read every one of them, I promise. Okay. Alright, we're ready to do this. I'm excited. Excited. New guest tonight. This isn't a rerun. This isn't someone we've already had on here. This is someone you have not met yet, but you're about to. Super stoked. Okay. Here we go. Okay. 1-800-Dubsky is a twat. Hey! Uncle Gary, you have met Draven. But this is different. This is Draven on camera. It's different Draven. It's not the same Draven you know. Other than the fact that it's based on a character that you know. Alright. This week on a very special Public Access Live, it is the final show of Series 1. We've done 40 episodes this year. We're going to kick it off, or wrap it up I should say, with the phenom that is... Comedian Draven is here with us tonight, and that interview begins in 3, 2, and 1. Particular one. Hey, welcome to Public Access Live. Your window through my window.
Window through my window.
Yeah. It's the river in downtown Charleston, if you haven't noticed. Every once in a while, you'll hear a motorcycle drive up the river.
It's really a jet ski.
It's a jet ski. Tonight, I'm gonna interview you so fucking hard. Tonight is Draven, just Draven. I know the rumors on Facebook are wrong, but they don't. Apparently, they make you have a last name on Facebook.
Yeah, you have to. I'm gonna change it or something. I have to figure something out because it's right now it's Draven blank, and that just sounds ridiculous. And so, but
what if you change your first name to Just,
and then put Draven as my last name?
Yeah, Just Draven.
No, because I think I've tried to put Just Draven, but it was like, no, it has to be a real name. And I was like, fuck.
It's short for Justin.
Yeah, I know, right? They don't know me.
Yeah, they don't know me.
It's trash.
Facebook, man. Bringing it. What got you into comedy, man? Was this... I'm going to take a stab. Did you, at some point, enjoy theater?
Yeah, yes, I did the first 3 years of high school in drama class. And then I didn't do a senior year. But...
Did you do leads, or were you the... All right, kid, we're going to make you a tree?
No, I wasn't good enough to be a tree.
What were you?
I wasn't anything. There was multiple times where I was just.
I was
like
a set builder.
No, I wasn't even good enough for that. No. Well, I also didn't try for those.
But I've seen you.
I was doing manual labor.
I saw you in the grease rows.
Yeah.
When you play a character, you're committed.
Yeah.
And you do. I mean.
Regardless if it's good or not.
Well, I'm sorry, but no high school theater is good. So how bad do you have to be where they're like, we don't think you're what we're looking for?
There was 1 year, I will give myself credit, there was 1 year I was Victor Hugo for Les Mis, so I was
that's so Draven. Okay. All right, Uncle Gary. Funny, from your Disney point of view. How many times have you heard that one?
Every day since that show came out. Just like...
Yeah, no.
Sharpen
your pencil, Uncle Gary. We need something better than that, so Draven. It's a good one. It is. Probably the go-to for every hot take comedian. Let's see. That's a spin-off. Oh, God. Get off the That's So Draven thing. So were you the guy that was like, hey, Draven, hey, smartass, you should be a comedian? So you're like, I think I'll try that.
No, nobody thinks I'm funny. Nobody in my family thinks I'm funny.
That's perfect.
I told my I think I told either my dad or my mom that I was gonna try comedy, and they were like, "Why?" They were very like, I don't. Okay, sure.
Well, a lot of families aren't really that open to it. It's easier to come out of the closet or tell them that you're a stripper.
Yeah.
And then that kind of like softens them up a little bit, and they're like, and then you're like, I'm just kidding, I'm a comedian. They're like, oh God, well at least you're not a strip. Wait, we'd rather you'd been a stripper.
No, I think my family is happier that I'm not a stripper then.
Is there anyone else in the family that likes a little spotlight, a little stage time? Anybody else entertain? Are you venturing?
Not really.
In
I mean, my
territory?
brother is like a college level basketball player.
Really?
He wanted to go pro, but I don't know if he wanted to be in the limelight. He just really loves fucking basketball.
Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with wanting to be successful and not be famous.
No, yeah.
That's everybody's dream. Everybody wants money, but still wants to be able to go to the grocery store without people hounding them for autographs.
That's fair.
Yeah. What productions were you part of? What were you trying to get involved of in school that they were just kind of like, nope?
I have no idea. Just regular school.
I
just wanted to be on stage. I just like acting.
Do you like now that you are? Do you just like soak it in when you're there and just like?
Oh yeah, every sec. I'm like.
Did you make a character for yourself, or is that you when you get on the mic?
It's completely random actually. Usually it's me, but I have done characters where I'm like, I don't really want to.
Is it like an enhanced, like an exaggerated version of yourself, or is it totally somebody different?
This will come back to haunt me one day, but probably they're just
the only film we have on Draven. He's gonna make a statement that's gonna come back and haunt him.
There might be aspects of all the characters that I've like are enhanced versions of myself. Right now, I don't know if that'll change or I'll get like weirder or something, but just in case I play a character in the future that's real bad or something.
Your delivery's kind of it's very dry. You don't laugh at your own self. You don't come across as silly at all. You
That's
seem very
really funny because I think I'm silly as fuck.
You think the person you are on the mic is the silliest version of yourself. I totally know what that means.
I don't think I'm the silliest version of myself, but I think I am trying to be silly.
Dude, okay, so Hilton calls me up. He's like, hey, you want to do a show at Starlight? Like, back in October. And I'm like, dude, I haven't performed since March. He's like, no, you want to? I'm like, yeah, of course. So I spent the next month ahead of time going to open mics, developing new material, doing my writes and my rewrites and stuff. Literally thought I was getting away from edgy material. This is going to be the silliest shit I've ever done in my life. I did it at the VFW. I came off stage. Ryan Green was standing right there. I was like, what do you think about that, man? I told you I wasn't dark all the time. He goes, that was pretty fucking dark. I was like, what? He goes, really? Santa Claus having sex watching porn? You don't think that's dark? And I'm like, I thought it was absolutely silly, man. This is like the most lighthearted shit I've ever written. He goes, it funny. Probably is, but it's still not lighthearted. Is that where you're at?
Yeah, I guess so.
Like you're like, this is silly, man, and people are like, that's not really that silly, dude.
Damn it, dude. You might have just broken something in me.
No, dude, you cannot. Here's the thing, though, and we've discussed it on this show ad nauseum. If you are writing to what's the word? Impress another comedian, or if you're writing for a particular type of audience member, this joke is just for the ladies. This joke is just for the millennials. This joke is just for the old timers, right? Mm-hmm. Then that's kind of art by committee, because you're writing to make people happy, and true art doesn't have any other purpose other than to express itself.
Yeah.
So you're kind of, would you rather write something that's truly yourself, or would you rather write to make the crowd laugh? I mean, would
truly
you
myself? I do a lot of stuff that it does not make.
Would you write yourself out of a joke just to impress someone else? Like writing someone else's style rather than your own style, just to.
Maybe a little bit, like just to see if I can go from that perspective for a bit, but also write stuff.
Oh, it's a writing exercise.
Yeah.
Shit, that might actually work out.
Because you could just try to think of.
Welcome to Deep Thoughts with Draven.
I'm just really high. It's just.
You ever notice how the sun is like a pizza? Doesn't matter where you start, you're always going to finish right next to where you started. High Thoughts with Draven.
I hate that. You know what? You know how high I am right now? That made sense to me. You're like, no matter where you start, that's where you'll finish.
It's going to end up right next to where you started. That's a shame that I just made this end with bullshit. Starlight show tonight, fam.
Oh, is there really?
Is there? Uncle Gary. Oh, I think I know. Oh shit. I don't have my phone.
Me.
Yeah, I've got my we've got
But cool, I will be there.
We've got studio props. Okay, so just for a shout out, here in about no watch on my wrist. Probably an hour and a half or so, there'll be a show at Starlight Lounge. If you're in the Tulsa area, please go out, support local comedy. And I would urge you guys, honestly, take time this weekend. If you live in a small town and they don't have a local showcase for music or comedy, go to the next town over and support it. Spend the $5 and a couple of bucks on drinks. Meet your friends somewhere and support a local showcase somewhere. Seriously, go out and do it this weekend. And it'll help prime you a little bit, because then you'll have good stuff to talk about, because you're going to be around family for the next. Get primed for it. Have some stories to tell. Throw them off the scent. Jack Allen is on the show tonight, 9 p.m. So Jack Allen, I think I knew that. Do you spend a lot of time writing? Or do you just... How do you come up... Is it people watching? Do you like to...
No, it's just really just me being bored. I'll
Random thoughts?
Yeah, when I do a long car drive, I'll just do it in silence. And just like...
I've been working on a set.
Yeah, and just like, just zone out and just let my brain go weird.
Do you have a long commute? Do you have a lot of time to actually do that car ride?
Yes, actually, because I always have to I drive from like BA to Jinx every fucking day, so just do that. Or if I go to my grandparents, which is like,
I'm a little far away to get there in an hour and a half. Yes, Guyver, you have exception. We can't really bus you in from Lincoln, United Kingdom, but if we could. Actually, when you come here, I hope it coincides with a Starlight show, because that's right around the corner, man. Our friend in England, whose father was the pyrotechnics engineer for all the James Bond movies.
Really? Even the new ones?
This guy has a story that I can't compete with. He bought a car when he was a teenager that his dad didn't want him to have, so his dad took it to work with him and blew it up in the car park scene in The World Is Not Enough.
That's such a dick move.
But it's such a great story.
Yeah, I mean, it's
I could dine out on that story for years, man. But it's the ultimate dick move.
Such a dick move. Fucking old people, man.
How was your support team at home? Did you have one?
Yeah, all my family's pretty supportive.
Are they?
Yeah, they've come out to a few shows that I was like, hey, I'm just doing this like little theater. Like I did a Muskogee show, and I did it at a theater, and a bunch of them came out to that one.
Do you actively go to castings and things? Are you constantly? Is this what you want? Like you pursue it?
Yeah. I did a couple casting calls last month, I think, and then I'm always on the lookout just to do really anything.
Where do you search, like the Oklahoma Film Commission's website and that kind of thing?
Yeah, I'm signed up to like every email list I can get my hands on.
Do you have I guess like a headshot and an EPK and all that?
I need to.
Is this new? Have you just decided that
you want to
put all of your time into this?
Yeah, this has all happened within a year or so.
What was going on before that?
I'm just working, trying not to be homeless for a bit. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, right. Sleep in a car, like fun, for like the first day. Did you get a chance to, if you're not spending a lot of time, like writing or developing your stand-up, do you get to geek out and stuff? Do you game at all?
Yeah, right now I've been playing Destiny 2, but just as a shooter. I don't care about the story. It's also long and boring.
Dude, I hate cutscenes now. Every game I play has like a cutscene and a...
I'm like, just let me shoot something. That's all I want.
That's actually what I liked about the new Call of Duty when it came out. Is like you load into the game, they give you a gun, you run around, you shoot people. It's like perfect. I don't want to dress my guy. I don't want to have like 14 different kinds of slacks.
No, I still want to dress my guy. I still want to customize my guy. But,
really?
Yeah, but I also just want him to look cool, and also just kill a bunch of things.
Do you primarily like pew pew? I mean, most of your game types are shooters. Do you like some vroom vroom? You like car games like Forza or Gran Turismo or Formula 1?
Rocket League. I think,
Rocket League?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
That's fantastic.
The 3 video games I play is Destiny 2, Minecraft, and Rocket League. Those are the only 3 games I play.
Minecraft.
Yeah,
Are you like master builder shit?
No, I just like making weird stuff. Like, I started mining the entire world down. Like, wherever I was, like, I'm just destroying everything.
Just stripped.
Yeah, I'm just stripping the whole planet down to just... just because I got really high one day and I was like, this is what I'm going to do today.
He's also going to college for social engineering, so watch out if he moves into your neighborhood.
Yeah, we're tearing it all down, man. Ground level.
We're going down to the mantle.
Gotta start over.
This is real urban renewal. Minecraft's kind of fun. My youngest daughter was building something on Minecraft, and I've got 2 friends that stream it. They're like, so what's going on today? I was like, I don't know. My daughter's in the other room. She's building some kind of elevator on Minecraft. And they're like, elevator? Hey, go in there and see how she does it. And I would come back and be like, she's using something called I don't know, all these parts and stuff. And they're like, okay. And then go back in there and find out how she has that connected to the streamers didn't even know what she was doing.
Why didn't they just Google it?
I don't know. That's what she did.
Yeah.
She found a how-to video on YouTube.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I've
just
got a
Google
sorter and a
everything.
collator now. It's like, how did she do it? She's a genius. Yeah, she knows how to type. It's real good stuff. Do you like board games at all? Did you get
Yes.
involved in that kind of stuff?
Yes, but mostly... Okay, you say board games. I thought card games, but like Uno. Uno is my go-to, even though it's not a board game, but it's
No.
the best party game.
Yeah, but it's analog. We'll just say analog game.
But it is the best analog game ever.
Uno?
Uno. In all of its varieties, it beats everything. I'm saying that right now.
What do you mean
Going on
variety? There's
record.
only one Uno, right?
No, there's like reverse Uno. There's max Uno or something. I don't know.
Did you have one person that you played? Because I only had like one brother or sister. I only had one sister. So it was just me and her playing card games usually. And whenever you get to that reverse and that draw 4 and you see someone has one
It
card in
just
their
goes-
hand and you just like pow in the anger
When
on
it's
someone's
2 people,
face.
it is the worst game on the planet. But it's so
Reverse,
fun every time.
skip, reverse, skip you, reverse back to me, draw 4.
You can either, if it's just 2 people, you can either have it be an incredibly short game or an incredibly long game. It depends on how you're feeling.
Dude, those games where you end up taking the discarded cards and reshuffling them.
Oh my god.
Give me a break!
Oh, dude.
Marathon Uno. You guys think Monopoly's bad? Try Marathon Uno. Can we just get to the...
Actually, Achievement Hunter did that a while back. Not to plug Achievement Hunter. They don't need to plug. Everybody knows who they are.
Do you
but-
like really long games like what's that, like Risk? Or the kind that you actually have to take a picture of before you leave because you know one of your friends is going to start jacking pieces around when nobody's looking?
See, I would really be into those games. I don't have friends to play those games with, though. Because nobody I know wants to play those games.
Everybody's on the go, man. You
Yeah.
notice everybody in the group, you see them out like every night of the week. If you go out somewhere, you'll be like, hey, I'm bumping into the same guys I bumped into last night. Like, they're all out every night.
Yeah.
But then they all have hobbies. It's like, when do you guys have hobbies? I see you at the bar every fucking night. When do you guys have time to play Dungeons and Dragons? And why wasn't I invited? It's the real question. ¿Qué pasó, Chuy?
I'm so excited. You just reminded me I'm playing Monster of the Week soon.
What's that?
It's like an RPG.
Ooh. Do you like that?
Yeah. I fucking love D&D. That's the shit.
Do you like for video games? Do you like the hack and slash, the Golds Mountain, World of Warcraft, big?
I never played those. I played Dragon Age Inquisition, and then I played
Did you ever get into like Diablo, maybe?
Neverwinter or something.
Neverwinter Nights.
Yeah.
Guyver gifted it to me on Steam. I haven't opened it yet.
It's a terrible game, but it's really fun. And it also has the stupidest mounts ever.
What do you miss? Explain.
Like, one of the mounts I got was a giant blue dung beetle, and it just cracked me up the entire time. My little gnome guy was like riding it, but it was fucking hilarious.
A Dubsky Draven board game night. Dude, do you know how hard it is to actually shoot a board game? Because you have to have a top-down camera, which is tough to rig anyway.
You also have to play a board game.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, board games to me are like movies, guys. I can't sit still for 2.5 hours. So, like, a modern epic, if I go to a Marvel movie, like, halfway through that, I'm like, I know the good guys win. Can we just get to that scene? Because I've usually drank a 44-ouncer, and then they expect you to sit in that Barca Lounger for 3 hours. It's like, I'm going to end up pissing in this cup. It's horrible. That's the same thing with board games with me. It's like, I can think of so much better things to do with that amount of time it takes to get that board game to conclusion. I'm like, I'm fidgety. That's probably the problem.
Have you been to the weird restaurant downtown that
I've heard about it.
that has board games in it?
Yes.
I've been there twice.
Yeah.
Every time I've opened a board game that I didn't know what it was, the instructions were way too complicated and it was missing a piece. And I was like, fuck this place and your overpriced food. Support local business, but fuck that place.
I can get a $12 sandwich and still have... If I had $20, I could still eat a sandwich and go buy this game at Target and have change left over.
Yeah, but also, you know what that restaurant does well is it tells me which board games suck the worst. And it's the ones with the coolest names.
Probably.
Because they are the hardest to understand. They're like, you have to get all these tokens. To get all these
Checkers is so
medals.
dumb. Tic-tac-toe is so dumb. Yeah, but you can play it literally anywhere.
And it's so big. It's so good. All the best games have already been made.
True.
Like art, like arcade, like
what
those
kind of
games.
stuff have you been like surprised that it was good though? Like, have you played a game and you're like, this is gonna suck, and then halfway through you're like, I'm having fun. I don't want to admit it, but apples to apples.
Gambling's always really good. Blackjack 21.
You like
poker.
to play little cards?
Yeah, it's the best.
Can you
I
go?
say everything's the best, but
But like,
everything is.
do you like casino? Do you ever go?
Not in a really long time because I'm mostly poor.
Everybody in there
But
is.
occasionally-
The casino's holding all their money.
But occasionally I'll go to a thing and they'll be playing like 21 or blackjack, but it's not for money. It's just for like random stuff.
I've heard in your set you make mention of your Native American heritage.
Yeah, on my mom's side. Yeah.
Super proud.
Am I super? Yeah.
I mean, is
Super
that
proud.
like family? Like what tribe?
Creek, Muskogee Creek.
Muskogee Creek. Okay, so I don't know that. All I know is like Theo Chiuchi Chihuahua. I know like Cherokee. I don't know Creek. But I mean, what
Do
did
you
you
want to hear
guys?
an awesome joke about? Do you want to hear a joke?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
No, go on.
What's
Sure,
the
yeah.
difference between a chicken and a Cherokee? I would never do this joke on stage. It's ridiculous.
Chicken. What's the difference between a chicken and a
Cherokee?
I don't know what.
Not all chickens are white. Which I think is hilarious. It almost got me beat up in a restaurant one time.
You
But-
people have no idea what it's like in Oklahoma. It's like, I'm Indian and you're not. You'll meet
I'm
a
not
guy
saying
that's
you're not
blonde
Indian.
hair and
It's just-
blue-eyed that it has more degree of Indian blood than you do, and you're just like, How?
I'm not saying anything. It's a funny thing to say.
There's a lot of white Indians here. True. Taking all my meds. Holidays coming up? Got plans?
Yeah,
There's
well, I'm
like
getting
a
it all
holiday
done in
next-
one day. I'm getting it all. I'm gonna go see the entire family one day.
Is
be over.
food
It's
at
done.
the heart of that? Is a lot of your memories of the holidays based around what you guys
Food.
ate? Do you have a lot of food memories, like food traditions? Not just the turkey. Usually everybody does a turkey or a ham or something, but the sides is usually where the family puts their little touch on things. Mine's 24-hour salad and sweet potatoes, I think is what we do.
Green bean casserole.
My wife's family did the green bean casserole.
And that mac and cheese that has like the crust over it,
Oh,
and then
fuck
like
yeah.
another layer of
The
cheese.
breadcrumbs?
Yeah.
Does your family... Do you like skip the meal the day before just so you can like load up extra
No, fuck that.
in my belly?
I'm so skinny. If I miss a meal, I vanish. I'm almost two-dimensional. It's ridiculous.
Are you what do they call it, high metabolism? Can you just sit there and eat and you don't put on weight?
Well, yeah, and also I have an inverted chest, so it like makes me look even smaller. 'Cause
I have
I'm
that.
fucked up.
I have a inverted. I like that word better. They always told me it was sunken.
Sunken?
Yeah, the word that me growing up they said
Well, it's
had
probably
a
a
sunken
different.
chest.
It's probably a different degree because mine's like I had to like see a cardiologist for like the first 16 years of my life because like every
What?
yeah just like every like
the
just,
first 16 years of your life
yeah like after I was born like
until you drove.
every couple of years. Well, yeah, just because well I was supposed to keep seeing them, but I turned 18 and I wasn't gonna go to the doctor anymore, and because I can't afford it. And so that's kind of when it stopped, because that was just the last time we went. But it wasn't like a set thing. But
Are you goal oriented? We're at the end of the year. Are you coming up to some goals that you want to get done for 2020?
no, I just take it day at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it work?
Yeah, I mean, every day is awesome. So I just do something new every day. Anything could happen. It's wild.
I just, for a split second, I was like, I hate my kids. You said everything is awesome, and I'm just like that Lego movie song. Just got,
is awesome.
I know, I'm like, damn it, kids, you and your Lego movie.
The second movie wasn't as good. I fell asleep during it.
No second movie's as good. Hey, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it right now. Is there a sequel better than the original other than Rocky 2?
Terminator 2. You're telling me you
Oh,
haven't...
no. Let me
Two
weigh it
different
out.
channels have both this movie on, okay?
Let me weigh it out in my head first.
They both start at the same time.
God, if you put it that way, yeah.
You're going to go with Terminator 2. It's a better film. Terminator 1's, is so slow and boring. I'm just saying. I mean, it's a better horror film, but it's not going to keep you entertained, I feel. Because it's not as gory.
I would disagree with you other than how you framed the question. If both movies were on television on separate channels and started at the same time, I would watch the second one first.
But doesn't that make it the better movie, though?
Yes.
Like,
but it's just the way you...
I'm sorry.
I could argue this if you hadn't framed it that way. Like, no!
Like, perfectly?
Yes. Were you in debate?
No, I wanted to, though.
Oh,
I thought it was the coolest thing. I wasn't cool enough to be a nerd in school.
Were cool enough.
I wanted to be a nerd, because I wasn't smart enough to be a nerd, and so I was like, damn, I really wish I was a nerd, because I would be like, they had the best fun. There was a group of kids at my high school that would bring a whole ass video game system every day. It was either an Xbox, classic Nintendo, Atari, Xbox,
For what purpose?
PlayStation, just to play video games on this TV that they rolled around during lunch periods.
Like the AV Club's TV?
Yeah, but they would do it in random corners, and it would be and then they would do it every day, and I was like, I wish I could hang out with those guys, because that would be the coolest shit. But I didn't.
If we're quoting Draven from this show, remember the quote, I wasn't cool enough to be a nerd.
I wasn't, man. That's just because I wasn't smart enough.
Basically, if you had a rip in your jeans, you were already cooler than the nerds.
Yeah, but I did...
Those guys, and I say those guys, I mean we guys, we're tucking our sweaters into our khakis. We didn't even own jeans.
Yeah, but you guys had the best conversations. It was about the coolest shit.
We were always arguing about Doctor Who.
Exactly, and I love Doctor Who. I have a Doctor Who tattoo.
What? Which doctor?
Matt Smith. But that's only because...
What?
Well, he's the first Doctor I got introduced to.
Okay. Yeah, I grew up on Tom Baker.
See, but it's also a cartoon version, so you could argue it's just a different
caricature.
kind of
Yeah, but the TARDIS.
Yeah, crashing into Rick and Morty, obviously. I got that. I don't have. I
Matt
didn't mean
Smith
to get
in
a
a
Rick
TARDIS crashing into Rick and Morty. Dude, that is the best tattoo premise ever. Nobody
I
has
stole
that.
it. I stole it.
What?
It was online. Nobody got it tattooed. I just was like, oh, this is a really cool idea, and I was like, I'll just get it tattooed on me. But I was also 18, so.
How old are you now?
22.
22.
Yeah.
No wonder you don't have any goals. I have to get stuff done by next year. The clock's running out, kid. But you
fair.
got it. No, honestly, no. You're in a good spot because you could go any direction. I've seen your commitment to acting. I've seen you on stage before, for the talk show.
Wait, did you not see me last Monday? Because I started a character and immediately bailed on it. But it was also not funny.
I didn't see you last Monday.
Oh, no?
No. But the times I have seen you, I saw you perform at Heirloom, and there was one other show.
I did the Heirloom.
And then I've seen you on Talk Show Inc., and every time you have... No, you look like you want to be there.
Yeah.
You're not apprehensive about being on stage. You want to be there, and it looks like you're, it's not a commitment to the character. It's just I'm going to do the best job I can because this is what I want to do, and that's obvious. People can see that from your performance. And a little bit of bravado. You got, you're a little bit of a bit of a ham when you get there. And that's good.
Well, I just figure, we're
Where
getting
would-
on
where
stage,
would you like
might
to
as well look like we're about to do something stupid.
So no goals, but what would you like to get done by the end of next year? Which is the same thing as a goal.
By the end of next year...
Would you like to perform at Blue Well? Would you like to be on a comedy,
There's no way I'm ready for Blue Whale. There's that, not even in another year could I be ready for Blue Whale.
In another year you can't develop 5 minutes.
Okay, maybe. Okay, that when you put it like that, yes. But just to be...
No, that's tough. Don't think that's a loaded question.
No, I'm also not like,
in 3 years
but
I have a good 10. In 3 years I have a good 10. I can feature. I can do 20 minutes. It's not my best stuff, but I've got a solid 10 after 3 years. 5 minutes is hard. You guys don't even know how to polish 5 minutes. It takes forever. Especially if you're like a perfectionist, or if like I handwrite out jokes and then like switch words around and try to get the symmetry built up, so at the end there's like all this like I agonize over wording and stuff. A lot of people don't. Ryan Green can sit there and have a conversation with a hobo on the sidewalk and go and do 10 minutes on it. There are some guys that can do that so easily. I'm more of a craftsman. I'm more like a CR, where I take a premise and then just
think about it.
Yeah, and then maybe write something down, and then maybe go do it at an open mic and see how people like it or what I like about it, and then go do a rewrite, and then maybe take it back. And it takes forever for me to get through a joke. Would you at least like to do like if you don't want to do a festival, I mean, would you like to open for like somebody coming up that's playing duets, or
Oh, that'd be awesome. But
or work the casino, or
I don't like to think about things that are out of my control. So, because it's like, I could do those things. And I'll obviously apply to do those things and like, whatever. But, oh man, you're making me think about my future and I don't want to. This isn't supposed to happen for like another 3 days. Like, I'm supposed to be like, my family's supposed to go, so Draven, what are you doing? You're doing this comedy thing, huh? This is what you're doing. You're pre-tagging me with this stuff.
Preparing people for Christmas dinner since 2019.
That's what is happening, and I'm like having an existential.
All right,
crisis.
let's shift away from it then, because that sounds too heavy anyway. How about this? Are you ready to actually live through something that most of us have talked about for years? We're about to
apocalypse?
start. No, we're about to start the 20s again. And for years, we've always referred to the 1920s as the 20s.
That's gonna get so old so quick, though. When they're like, "Oh, it's the 20s," all like the flapper thing, like where they're like, "Let's bring all this back." I'm like,
God.
that's gonna last all year, and it's gonna be annoying the entire time. It's not gonna start. Then people are gonna be like, "Oh, it's starting to get annoying." I'm like, no, it was always annoying.
Okay, the annoying part's gonna come next Monday and Tuesday, when every show has their end of the decade wrap up.
Oh my god. Well, I don't watch TV.
You're gonna have your end of the year wrap up,
When
blah
I
blah 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 blah. But they're gonna go deeper this time. They'll be like, not only are we ending the year, we're ending the decade. So we're gonna go back and look at the top 10 moments from the past 10 years. And you're just like, can we not? What if I slow jerk? Can we not?
I think that's
Anything
worse.
to get out of it. Slow jerking is worse?
Yeah. It's more creepy and less funny, I think. Like there's a set, like there's like a line.
Hey, Mojo and Kiki's here.
Mojo and
All right,
Kiki?
Mojo and
Mojo
Kiki.
and Kiki?
Yes, Mojo and Kiki, my longest subscriber to the channel. They've been subscribed to this channel for like 25 months since the beginning. Uncle Gary says I have a tight 205, but if you include the Disney parody songs, you've got 7 minutes, Gary. It's true. Any tighter, it would be a tight 2 minutes. It's not even funny, but I'm laughing. I like Gary because Gary can hit silly. He can hit that silly vibe and still. I played chess with Gary. He's infuriating. Just. There's this collection of people that play chess with us, like Bedgood and Gary and Darren Ebisher and me and all these guys. It's like I was chess club, I was debate, I should be able to smoke all of these guys, and I lose to all of them just repeatedly. It's like, why am I losing to these people? I used to be good at something.
This is high school all over again. I'm like, oh, that sounds really cool. I wish I could do that. Wish I could play chess with a bunch of people.
If you like to drink and play chess, I've got the club for you. But you have to be willing to drink really, really crappy booze.
See, no.
Any time of day.
No.
Like Canadian Hunter at 10 a.m. on a Saturday.
I hate drinking.
Out of a big plastic jug.
No, drinking is my least favorite thing to do. Out of all the substances you can take to be inebriated, that is my least favorite.
I don't care for alcohol.
Yes, including the bad ones.
I don't care that much for alcohol, but after being around 3 guys older than me for an hour, I can drink. I can fill that glass up and empty it again. No problem. I don't want to hear any more stories. They've always got a story. Oh, we're catching up on Chad here. What would you like to achieve in the next 10 years? That's still looking into the future, guy.
I want to be in at least one movie. Next 10 years, one movie.
That sounds like a goal.
Doesn't even have to be a good movie. It just has to be a movie.
We could stretch this interview.
We
could stretch this interview out for an hour 45, and technically.
Well, yeah. I'm just saying. I meant more like,
What kind of movie would you want to do? This opens up questions. A comedy, a drama. Would you want to be silly on film? Would you want to be serious on film?
I'll do it all. Why not?
Would you really want to be? Because we all think of actors as really talented individuals who can.
Oh, damn it.
Who can portray, make us believe things that aren't there.
Yeah.
Right. But also, they are incredibly cracked individuals who are broken to the point that they can cry on command for a camera,
yeah,
which isn't exactly normal. So, how deep an actor do you want to be?
Not that deep, because I haven't cried in months. But they also get I love a script. I know not all, there's some improv involved, but it's just.
Would you want to write your own, create your own opportunities? Would you want to write a screenplay that was made for you to star in?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's always a dream, and I've tried working on different scripts and stuff, but I got nothing so far.
Gary, the boomering 20s. Really? We're gonna go with boomer?
No, we're all slaughtering all the boomers in the 20s. That's what he meant.
No.
That's what Uncle Gary meant, not me. I'm just saying what he meant.
Oh, you guys remember the great cull of the 20s, don't you? When we took out all the boomer population and
everything got a lot better so fast. Sorry. I'm sorry.
You guys will miss our recipes when we're gone. We're the only people that can cook and make it that good. You know that.
No, we have the internet. We can look it up.
Don't get any ideas. I see you. I see you out there thinking. With Draven as your leader.
Oh, with my shirt that says "Stop giving power to old people." What's up?
Why is it written backwards? Why is the last line written backwards?
I think it's to trick old people, so they don't know what you said, and they're like, "Oh, I can't read that." But I also have no idea. I bought this at a thrift store for $5. It also has a thing at the bottom that looks. I haven't looked it up.
The superlative conspiracy?
Yes. No, yes. I'm scared to look it up because I don't know if it's going to be racist or something. And I feel like ignorance is bliss.
We've just been broadcasting it on Twitch for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It's so I hope this isn't Klan related.
So nobody looks it up. And it's ignorant, alright? We just don't know. We literally, because I've never looked it up and I refuse to.
Stop giving power to old people.
And also, it's just a good statement. So I don't see how that's racist.
That actually reminds me of one of my favorite jokes.
What's your favorite joke? Oh, what is your favorite joke?
All time?
All-time favorite joke. But also the one that this reminds you of.
The one that reminds me of is I'm a member of DAM, Mothers Against Dyslexia.
Oh my god.
Actually, that when I started doing comedy, there was an Irish comedian named Kevin, was it Kevin O'Rourke? And I always tell the story, because I always want my punchlines to hit as hard as his, because he used to do this joke about everybody gives Princess Diana a lot of credit because she used to go around and shake hands with AIDS patients. Hell, Freddie Mercury used to fuck them. And every time I hear that joke, I'm like, that is a punchline, because I actually felt like I got punched when I heard it. So,
Damn. It's pretty good.
it is, but I've become silly now, according to myself. Everybody else says I'm still telling dark jokes. My favorite joke is the one. There was an interview with, it was like a morning radio show out of Florida, I think, and they had Norm Macdonald and Super Dave call in, and they were talking to each other, and the host of the show was just this obnoxious morning DJ. He's like, "Come on, guys, tell us a joke. Let's have a joke off." And they're explaining to him, "Look, we're comedians. We don't write jokes. You know, we do witty observations or hyperbole, but we don't write jokes." And he's like, "Come on, guys, give us a joke, give us a joke." And finally, Norm's like, "All right." Guy walks into his house with a duck under his arm and looks his wife in the eye and goes, "I just wanted you to meet the fat, disgusting pig I've been sleeping with for the past 5 years." His wife goes, "That's not a pig, that's a duck." He goes, "I wasn't talking to you." So he tells that joke, and Super Dave comes over the top of him because he's not going to be outdone. And this is the joke. There's two guys sitting in a bar. Well, Super Dave's version. There's two guys sitting in a bar. So these two guys they're having drinks, they're getting drunk.
Oh,
and
I'm sorry.
and the one guy pukes all down the front of his shirt. He's like, "Oh crap, my wife's gonna kill me." So I told her I wasn't gonna drink anymore. I wasn't going to bars. Here I've gotten drunk. I'm puking. But he's like, "Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. This is what we're gonna do. You go home and you tell your wife."
I want to record if a guy came up to me, "Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it."
It's his friend.
I know, but that's still freak me out.
Oh, okay. It is a little creepy.
Yeah. Why is he talking like? Nobody in the bar knows.
Right.
I don't have to care about that part. Anyway, sorry. That was a weird tangent.
We'll do it on a rewrite. We'll do it live. So he's like, "Don't worry about it." He's like, "You go home, you tell your wife, you were at the bar, you were drinking, but the guy next to you got drunk and puked on your shirt. You only had one drink. It was the guy next to you's fault. And to prove it, I'll put $10 in your pocket. Tell her the guy gave you $10 to get your shirt cleaned. Piece of cake." It's like, that's a great idea. So he goes home. He's like, and his wife's like, "What the hell happened to this?" "I know. And yes, I was at the bar, but it wasn't my fault." He's like, "I only had one drink, but the guy next to me got super drunk, puked all down my shirt, and to prove it, he put $10 in my pocket to get my shirt cleaned." So she reaches in his pocket, she pulls out the money, she's like, "This is a $20 bill." He's like, "Oh yeah, he also shit in my pants too."
That's your favorite joke?
Of all time. Shocking, isn't it? Let's see. Dubsky sex tape is out there? No, never. Next year. Oh, no. Definitely not next year. Probably. Poor little Draven heading for porn. Wait, what?
What?
When did we establish he's heading to
Why
porn?
am I heading to porn? How do you know I'm not already there? There's not a lot of heads of dudes in those videos. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but
If you see an inverted chest,
No. If you've
It's
seen
me.
a caricature of Matt Smith flying at targets in the Rick and
oh,
Morty,
that's right. I have a giant tattoo on my arm. I forgot about that part. That'll also identify.
if
me.
your favorite star is getting boned by a guy with a Rick and Morty tattoo,
Yeah. Also a Futurama tattoo. A BRB from Lilo Stitch, 2 Pokemon, and a random ass dragon. But that's neither here nor there.
Taylor Swift. We don't call it Guyver. We don't call her Taylor Swift anymore. We're calling her Taylor Swift. It's our new name for her.
You changed Taylor Swift's name to Trailer Swift.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because to me, the more makeup she wears, she's starting to look like a kind of a truck stop transvestite just a little bit. I have seen people at Love's out by the diesel pumps that are favoring Taylor Swift these days, so even though they're copying her, I'm still putting the moniker on her. It's her fault.
What's your favorite joke?
Yeah, why not?
I'm not judging it. I'm just asking.
Why not?
If you need more time, we can wait for a sec. I'll give you one more time. Hang on. Just rethink. Just think.
No. This isn't like last night. I'm not gonna do an either or.
Oh, you were like, this is.
That I'm committed to that one.
Really?
Yep.
I don't know if I have a favorite joke. Actually, I think I do have a favorite. I don't know if I have a favorite joke right now. It might change, but do you want to hear my favorite joke?
Yes. Totally.
It's I guess we're just doing bits now that aren't even ours.
Oh, I didn't know we were doing bits. I was telling real jokes.
No, I know, but it's a Pete Holmes joke.
Oh God.
And
Go for it.
But he tells us, I'm not gonna do the whole joke. Go watch it. But it's about these two dogs, and one is a smaller dog, and it doesn't see its reflection. It sees another dog, like in a mirrored surface, and so it's freaking out because it's like there's another fucking dog here. But then the bigger dog doesn't freak out when it sees its reflection, and Pete's like, so what you're telling me is that the bigger dog does understand reflections, because I'm a human and I barely understand reflections. And then he goes into the science of like reflections, and he's like, but like in the mind of a dog, he's like, yep, that's what's happening. And I'm like, that is wild, that just a slightly bigger dog understands reflections, but not a smaller dog. I'm butchering the joke, but that's why I'm like, go watch it, because he does it fucking hilariously. But it's...
Are you an animal person?
No, I wish I was. I say that. I have a cat, and I had a dog at one point that I loved. But I only love my animals. I don't love other animals.
No, that's totally acceptable.
Yeah.
I don't like kids. I like my kids.
Yeah.
I don't like anyone else's kids.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
I have petophobia. I'm scared of them.
You're scared of pets?
No.
You have 2 dogs.
No, petophobia. I'm scared of children.
Oh.
That actually works in a restaurant. You can actually use that as an excuse, and they won't set you next to a noisy table with screaming children.
Really?
I did that at Margaret's at the farm. Me and my friend Podsky were in there, and there was like this. They're like, "We'll take you back to your table over here." There were like these screaming kids, and my buddy Podsky goes, "I can't sit back there." And Elaine's like, "Why?" He goes, "I have petophobia."
I don't think I would ever want to claim that I have pedo anything.
I know, right? It's kind of... if they don't get it, they're going to think you're really weird.
If you stumble even a second, I
have petophobia. It's bad news. It's bad news for you. How many...
What?
That's a terrible joke.
What was it?
How many Manchester City supporters does it take to stop a bus? There's never enough.
I don't understand that reference.
It's basically lining up a bunch of Manchester City supporters in front of a bus and running them over kind of joke.
Oh, but I don't know who Manchester is.
That's my favorite football team.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
And they know it. So...
Guys, what's up with the negativity?
Yeah. I mean, if we wanted to do banter jokes, I could always go with...
Oh, he's got him.
Yeah.
Get him.
Yeah.
Get him. He's got him. Oh.
Well, I don't know who Guyver's team is because he lives in Lincoln.
Oh, damn it. We were so close. That was going to be such a good zing.
I have a joke ready that all I have to do is insert the name of his favorite team in it. But I don't know the name of his favorite team, so...
Oh,
basically, the joke goes like, you heard that the Royal Mail recalled all the stamps that had... the commemorative stamps that had, and then you named their favorite team on it. And they're like, the reason was people didn't know which side to spit on. But okay, Juventus. I didn't know you were into Serie A Italian football. Okay, well, you heard they recalled all the Juventus commemorative stamps because people didn't know what side to spit on. Thank you so much. If you'd like, you can rewind.
The roast.
If you'd like, you can rewind 10 minutes and hear me tell that joke again.
When I was much higher energy back then, I was really into it too. I went into a character who was really into this rap battle, but
it was a much higher energy show before I brought it down with that joke. Nobody knows how to kill a room like Dubsky. Okay, did I miss the food portion of the night? Told you. If not, what does Draven's family eat for Christmas?
I don't know, all the stuffs, literally everything. My grandmother, every time she cooks, regardless of how many people show up, will cook for an entire army. So she just makes everything that you can think of that would go into a Thanksgiving meal every time.
Is that typical though? Like every family always overmakes at Thanksgiving. Like the amount of food wasted at a Thanksgiving or a Christmas table has to be.
Well, no, because she'll send you away with like a ginormous plate. Like when I show up eventually, like I'll just have a plate. Like when I leave, like just a mountainous of food that will last me for a bit.
Are you the drop in for dinner, leave before the table's clear guy? I used to be that guy.
Yeah, but
like
only
we're
'cause I
having
have to
dinner,
be.
you need to be there. So I'd show up and like, dinner over? All right, I'm out here.
Yeah. Well, just me and my family have nothing in common. Well, we have very little in common, so it's just like, hey, what's up? And then bounce.
Dude, I'm trying to think where we can help you out, man.
Help me out in what situation?
Just to so in the next year, like your name is like synonymous with Tulsa comedy and acting, like.
Oh, I'm gonna keep going out every night. I have a new I have a show coming up.
Are you working before you plug? Are you
good.
working on anything to improve your skill set as an actor, comedian, or entertainer? Are you learning like dance? Are you taking like classes? Or, I mean, of course, stand up helps everything because timing, mic mechanics, everything.
It's mostly just stand up right now. But I try to get a lot of the behind the scenes stuff also working, like production and stuff, and like not directing, but like I'm trying to save up right now for a fucking camera so I can get either a camera or a new like a better computer so I can start doing that. But it's more just an issue of money.
This is the way to go, man. You can have your own show every night of the week.
Yeah, this would be actually this would be pretty dope. But I also just want a handheld camera to like, because I want to do documentary style stuff.
Oh, cool.
Not straight documentary style.
Do you
stuff,
have anything written that you are looking forward to filming in the future?
I have a few stuff that I have like the starting ideas of either just bits I can like that aren't good for like there are some bits that aren't good for open mics and there are some that are like need to be acted out.
Did you go out and do like practice runs?
No, just because I don't really have time and also I don't see a point since I can't do anything right now. So
you were about to say you've got some stuff coming up?
Yeah, I have a show next month for Living Arts where we're gonna do. It's called Framed. Basically, me and like it's like for 3 hours. So there's like a shitload of comedians on it, but it's they're gonna have artwork up on the walls, but it's gonna be just the frames, and then they're gonna project the art with projectors onto the frames.
Wow, how many projectors?
I have no idea. That's not my department. I just show up like 10 minutes before it starts and get ready before then. I have a panic attack, have an anxiety attack, and then a quick freak out, and then I get up on stage.
For some reason, I was just, as soon as you said that's not my department, I just thought of Dirty Randy all of a sudden. It was like, I do this, I do this, I don't do this.
Dirty Randy from what?
The League. There was a show that Nick Kroll did for 7 seasons called The League.
I started The League.
Oh,
I got
the best
like
show ever for me.
I got like halfway through it, and I just gave up on it.
Really?
It's just, I don't know. It wasn't. I love every single person on that. Jason Mantzoukas is the coolest. I wanted to hang out with him so bad. He seems so fucking cool, but
dude,
he didn't save it.
Him playing the doctor in Neighbors.
Oh yes, every small role he gets, he nails.
Your son has AIDS. Is how this could have gone.
It's pretty good.
But him in glasses and the lab coat, because I'd seen him for 7 seasons as Rafi, it was like I couldn't make the transition to him as a serious doctor because all I could see was Rafi from The League.
Have you seen him?
Rafi Bomb!
Have you seen The House with Will Ferrell and Amy Poehler? And he's also in it.
Really?
Yeah. No, spoiler, but Will Ferrell chops off a man's hand.
Spoiler.
And then they set him on fire. And then...
Why am I laughing at that?
I think they stab him also a couple times. I don't know if that might not... I know they set him on fire and he burns to death. Oh, wait. It's Hawkeye. Jeremy Renner. Okay, well, they chop off a different guy's hand. And then Jeremy Renner shows up because he's like the badass. And then they set him on fire and he burns to death.
None of that's funny. I don't know why that.
No,
made
it's
me
fucking
laugh.
hilarious. You should watch the movie. It was underrated, but Jason Mantzoukas is in that, and he's like a porn addict or something. No, he's an addict. It's just like a general, like, all the addicts or gambling
He
addict.
would be one of those people I'd like to meet.
But he's like trying to get his wife back.
Him and Kroll and probably... I liked Rand Azizi, even if he did lie about being in World Trade Center or whatever. I still like him as a stand-up.
I don't know who that is.
He's the guy that played Kevin on The League. The married guy with the little bratty kid.
Oh, okay.
So he's originally a New Yorker, and he moved out to L.A. right after September 11th. And when he got there, on his bio, he had written that he was actually worked in World Trade, one of the buildings, and that they'd left New York because things had got crazy. Well, it turns out he didn't work in World Trade 1, and then they found out. And then all of a sudden, he's not getting deals anymore.
Damn.
It's like, hey...
Why? Why would you even bring it up? I wouldn't bring it up. Even if... even regardless if it's true or not, I would just bring it, like, it doesn't seem relevant to any conversation ever.
Well...
Like, you dug your own grave, but nobody asked you to be in the goddamn field in the first place. You bought the shovel. Why?
Who was it that roasted Pete Davidson at the Rob Lowe roast? They brought up Pete Davidson's dad being it. Oh, it was Jimmy Carr. Jimmy Carr from England was over here.
I love Jimmy Carr.
Oh, dude, he said something about Pete Davidson because everybody on the dais had said something about Pete Davidson's dad dying in 9/11. And by the time Jimmy Carr got up there, he was like, why is everybody bringing this up? This isn't the roast of Pete Davidson's dad. That happened on September 11, 2001.
Got him. Like, boom. Dead dad. Take that one for
I
the
know,
team.
right? There's stuff that goes on roasts of famous people that would get you basically banned from an open mic.
Well, like, it's different. Like,
How's that different?
not like it's different, but like, everyone guaranteed knows the jokes that everyone else is about to tell. Like, there's no way
Oh yeah,
those people would go up
they're
there without
recycled
knowing.
jokes for sure.
Yeah. But I mean,
But they
maybe
still
do.
go
I don't
pretty
fucking know.
hard.
But like, a roast is you're trying to be as gross as you possibly can.
Do you think there's a difference between a roast comic and a stand-up comic? Because there
I
are
think you
people
can
that
be
show
both.
up to just roast battles that you never see at open mic.
Well, yeah, but that's just because they like being mean. Just because you're good at being mean doesn't mean...
Do you like to roast? Do you like to do the roast battles? That's kind
Yeah,
of the trend
I'm not
right
good
now.
at them. I'm not. Last time I was there, I haven't asked Brian. I also don't. Well, I haven't asked Brian if I can be on one again. But the last time I was there, I told the audience to go fuck themselves multiple times.
The audience?
Yeah, because they didn't laugh at my jokes, and they
Oh.
were fucking hilarious. But just because they weren't fucking callbacks or references to fucking 80s movies.
You guys
they
remember
were
that?
like,
You guys
no,
remember that
too fucking
one
old for
roast
this
battle
shit.
where Draven was out there roasting the audience?
I also. Alright, hey, I'm gonna run this by you right now.
Go on.
This is a real thing I'm gonna run by you.
Go on.
If I asked Brian to let me go up before the roast battle started to roast the audience, to get them engaged, that would be fucking hilarious.
Just 3-4 minutes of crowd work?
Yeah, and also I'm terrified of crowd work, but I'll
I hate
be
it.
mean to some old people.
I hate crowd work.
I'm very anti-old people this episode, and I didn't mean to be. They're fine. I don't care.
Actually, I'm the only one you have to worry about.
Yeah.
Everyone else is younger. They all know what Twitch is.
I don't even know what Twitch is, so I'm barely on YouTube.
We are live right now. This is what they're seeing.
No, I understand. I know how live. Like, I'm not. I did go to Tulsa Tech for a bit. I learned some stuff, but Tulsa Tech's like a tech. But I did soundboard engineering. But
Really?
yeah, it was
You
like
know-
it's the only degree I have besides my GED.
I'm a little older than her. And like Votech used to be just like if you wanted to be a welder or work on cars or heating and air.
They
you went
also
to
have
Votech.
that. Yeah.
They didn't have an electronics lab. They didn't have a computer science
they have
department.
everything?
They didn't have broadcasting or anything. They were awful. But you could skip school and go.
Yeah.
Your
That's like the
senior-
best part.
Yeah, your senior year is like half day, go to school, other half, Votech.
Well, I did mine when I was a sophomore or a junior. No, I was a sophomore. It was the fucking worst. But it was the best time I've ever had in school.
Dude, you are wrapping up 1 year of shows for us.
Oh, really?
This is the final show of a series and the year.
That's too big of a show for me to be
And
on.
I cannot thank you enough for being here. Honestly, I'm and I hope the viewers are joining in with me on this. We really hope, or I hope, that you have a super successful next year, because there's a spark that is obvious when you get on stage that you love to be there, and that's like nobody's forcing you. You know, you're not reluctant.
If anything, people are telling me stop, get off stage.
And we
and
really
I'm like,
hope,
no,
really hope
you.
that spark grows in the coming year. Really do.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you being here so much.
Thank you. I also
Guys,
hope
there
success
is
for you.
no Bed Good Comics tonight. Peter double booked us. So, Bed Good Comics is going to be Sunday at noon Central. That'll be 6 p.m. in the UK, 11 a.m. Auckland, New Zealand time. No, scratch that, 7 a.m. Auckland, New Zealand time. So, we'll be doing it noon in America. It'll be 6 p.m. It'll be the nighttime dinner crowd and the morning crowd in New Zealand. So we'll be wrapping up our last show of the year on Sunday with Bedgood Comics. You'll still have a chance to win a one-off piece of Peter Bedgood art that he'll draw during the movie. We'll be showing the 1953 classic Man in the Attic starring Jack Palance. Thank you guys so much. I will be writing a soppy thank you on Twitter and on Facebook for all of the people who have been on the show, everybody that's watched, and everybody that's helped us grow immensely in the past year. We've been doing this since July of 2017, and we did 17 episodes first, and then this past year we did 40. This will be 41 episodes this year, and I said as long as people still want to come on, we'll keep doing it. So, starting January 10th, we'll be back with Ryan Green. People still want to do the show. What are we playing? War Thunder. We'll be back with some War Thunder. You guys want to fly tonight? We'll fly. How about that? That's all coming up in just a few minutes. Give me a few minutes to run Draven to the refrigerator, let him raid the fridge, and then kicking him the fuck out. We'll be back with some gaming, all right? Love your face. Gonna do the mic.